All right, good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's night was good. I am Dark Bull Algo, and thanks for joining me on another morning watchlist building session. Yes, today is Wednesday. Ha! It's Wu-Tang Wednesday. Let's go. Got a couple things we got to get taken care of here first, and we'll jump right into it. So, couple things. We've got a bunch of news. TikTok is in the news again, so that should be fun. Seriously, lots of news coming through today, so we're gonna have to burn through these really quickly so that we can get to the trades. Yes, let's get into the plays. All right, wait a second or so for somebody else to show up, and we'll get into it. I need a drink. All right. I was watching this stupid video on YouTube or on Facebook. It got me stuck. And I'm like, wait, where's the big reveal? And it never came. It was like 10 minutes into it. I can't believe it. So I got stuck watching one of those dumb videos. Okay, Disney. Yes. Disney slammed for price hikes at theme parks and longer wait times. It's not helping your case, Disney. Pullback, another pullback. I'm not super thrilled about Disney these days. I don't like this chart. I want my other charts. Where to go? All right. Let's see. I think that'll work right there. A couple other little housekeeping tidbits. Focus list is going to change up slightly. I had to remove, like I said, Moderna. I don't know if you followed me on the stream yesterday, but Moderna got fired for being, Roadblocks got fired. Moderna should be getting fired too, just for being lazy. Morning, Terry. Moderna, talk about failed potential. The son of a sucker is just like, it's just falling off a cliff. And that's okay as long as it does its job, but it's not. Like, it's just doing what it wants. Permanent downtrend. I'd like to see Moderna go to zero. I'm probably going to buy a short on it. We are trading way back at middle of last year's levels. There's a big old zone that runs 186 to like 120 next level. Unless they have some news that's going to help them out, I don't think it's ever going to retake the 50 or the 200 on the 4 hour. On the 4 hour, excuse me. Failed radiant fire reversals, just all around being a POS, right? And so I think I'm going to break up with it. Moderna and I are no longer going to be friends. Yeah, I mean, it's down weekly. It's monthly bottom, weekly bottom. Like, there's no recovery from here. It's just going to go down. So, I digress. Okay. TikTok leaders have pushed out Nick Tran, the company's head of global marketing. Two people familiar with the situation have told the information. TikTok, rip rap. Progress Software earnings, don't care about them. Acme, right? Upgraded to overweight from sector weight at KeyBank. Hey, I think they're trying to find some stuff to rotate into because big tech is not doing a very good job of doing its job, really. It did close below the 200 on the daily, trying to get back up to 4-hour mid, possibly 4-hour top. That news is going to run it right into the 4-hour top this morning. If it rejects and comes back and back tests to 200, it's really trying to straighten itself out. So AKAM, oh no, get back here. AKAM looks like it's getting ready to be pretty decent. All right, closed above the 34, stack positive moving averages, 821.34, no slingshot squeezes, chilling right around the 4-hour top right now. So above 114.82 for a move up to 117 again. Keep that one on your watch list for today. Should make a pretty decent move. ASML has posted increased sales and net profits for Q4, but warned that sales for Q1 of 2022 will be lower due to delayed Recognition of shipments. They said recognition of around 2 billion euros for the first quarter shipments will be delayed into later quarters as it introduced a fast shipment process amid high demand. This is like, this stock is really an $800 stock. That's crazy. For our bottom, monthly bottom, for our mid, above. Yeah, it's got some work to do. I wouldn't trade this stock until I got it back above 750. I know you're asking, why is Tesla above 1,000? I don't even know. I don't know. I do not know. Sanofi says face. Okay, so let's see if Moderna can show up in the news. Nope. No Moderna news. So it's probably going to continue to fall off a cliff. Dexcom and Tandem Diabetes both upgraded to overweight from equal weight at Wells Fargo, while upgrading Glaukos to equal weight and downgrading newer price. So TNDM, I used to trade this penny stock. No longer penny stock. Wow. Tandem Diabetes. That's crazy. They got an upgrade. It's not really going to help them out. They're on the way to the weekly bottom, 113. Sanofi, SNY. I used to trade this one as well. It says that their second phase 3 trial of its drug in adults with uncontrolled symptoms, chronic inflammatory skin disease, met its primary and key secondary endpoints. Profit taking. All right. Yay, profit taking. Pull back to the 21. Looks like it's trying to hold the 21 in the daily top. If it can do that, we can see it move back up to previous highs. It's only about a $2 move. I would stay away from it. What else we got here? United Healthcare. Q4 earnings. EPS at 448 versus 431. Revenues at 73 billion versus 72. Quarterly profits up 84%, helped partially by the growth of its Optum unit that includes its drug benefits management business. Affirmed 2022 growth and net performance objectives and full year 21 medical care ratio at 82% compared to 79%. All right, 1 second. I gotta make sure my chicken head's awake. One second. All right, I'm back. Yeah, no, I gotta fix this lighting because it's just jacked up. Like I said, I blew out my hard drive and yeah, lost all my stuff. Roblox, dude, I fired Roblox yesterday. Of course, it's gonna do something today. I'm so impatient. I did fire Roblox yesterday. It's just at its level, man. Like when it failed to overtake any of this yesterday, I just have had enough with it. Cup and handle forming pre-market overnight. It may move today. We'll get into that in a minute. Let's see if there's any news about it first. Oh, United Healthcare. Yeah, so UNH should move. Anything that gets great earnings and provides guidance, but still is up and down, and might want to give it a couple days. Okay. Signature Bank, 21 million share secondary price at 352. SoFi has received conditional approval from the OCC to create a full service national bank. Let's go, baby. And I didn't ever buy into it. Son of a biscuit. SoFi is going to rip. Any dips, I'm going to buy this for the long term. Provided that the entity does not engage in crypto assets activations or services. So they got approval to become a bank, but they can't use crypto. Interesting. Interesting. Big move overnight from 12 to 14, 15. They're above the 50, above the 200. Stack positive moving averages now. Next stop for them is going to be 16, 17, and then 1750 for the final test. That would be a pretty decent move. Anything below 15, I think, is pretty good value for this stock. I'd like to see a pullback to about 1350. These options are dirt cheap. I would definitely, I don't know, man. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but they've been waiting for this news for a long time. There's a bunch of investors that follow certain YouTube personalities, and SoFi was one of his main, like, oh, let's go. So, yeah, I would expect to definitely see some videos coming out later from somebody named Charlie. Hey, my chicken head's awake. Yay. All right. Lots of bit mining. It said it has achieved approximately 50 megawatts of power capacity at Ohio mining site, and reported a total Bitcoin computing power with estimated daily production of around 2.56 Bitcoin. BTCM, Bank of America EPS came out. Yay. Their EPS is 0.82 versus 0.76. Guides forward Q4 revenue at 22.1 billion versus 22.23. Trade revenue excluding DVA. Well, shall we see how Bank of America is going to react to that news? If they follow the lead of all the other banks, they're going to get a pop, lock, and drop it. Bank of America. So reversal, big old pop, right up to the 21. I mean, it's got some work to do to get back up to the 4-hour top, right? I may stay away from banks for a little bit. I think that might be a good idea. ADS, which is Alliance Data Systems, ADS is losing one of its biggest credit card accounts, BJ's Wholesale, as it's moving to co-branded credit cards at Capital One Financial Group. According to the Wall Street Journal, people familiar with the matter cited BJ's as among ADS's most prized credit card partnership, accounting for roughly 1.5 billion in balances. You want to short something? Short this sucker. So you're a business and you're announcing that you just lost your biggest customer. I don't know why they think people are trying to buy this dip. Yeah, that's sketchy. I mean, maybe they've got earnings coming up next week. So check it out, yo. They have earnings next week. They just announced they lost their biggest customer. Their earnings might be good, but don't forget that they are losing, what is it? $1.5 billion in revenue. So keep that in mind if we look to play them next week. Orion Energy Systems, Honeywell, and GE. Okay, I see you. GE said as part of its continued actions to strengthen its financial position, it is freezing the accrual of pension benefits for approximately 800 employees in its non-union deferred benefit pension plans in Canada, effective the end of next year. Whew. So, if you want to know what that means if you are not part of its union, that it's freezing your benefits so that it can make more money. Well, GE, I mean, anybody that has a dip like that should probably look at maybe diversifying into solar. Come on, people. JB Hunt, BHP said Q2 iron ore production at 4% year over year, but production of metallurgical coal, copper, and nickel fell. Why are they ripping off that news? What? No, not earnings. So iron ore is up, but the big boys, so coal, copper, and nickel all fell. They did meet the production, coal production quota, or excuse me, net coal production fell 7%. Oh, and as a result, BHP lowers its annual forecast for net coal to 38 million. Why are they moving off of this? I don't get it. 66 to 70, 68. Anyway, they're going to smack on the 4-hour top at 68, pull back to the 200 at 66, and maybe just consolidate there for a little bit. Below 66, 65, 64, 63. Okay. Wendy's. Oh, what's up, Wendy's? Wendy's Twitter is fire. Announces it's evaluating a potential debt raise transaction. They pull right back to the 200 SMA. That's a good support level. Good for area for them to bounce. However, our RAF is still curling around and setting up, right? They're trying to get back up into the 4-hour Celts. Above 23.25 for a move to about 23.50. Yeah, this stock doesn't move good enough for me. Kroger, on the other hand, upgraded to neutral from underperform at Bank of America. This one, decent upgrades. Nice move, up, down, up, 4-hour daily top, 4-hour, yeah, stack positive moving average. This is a good one. So stack positive moving average is 49, 49, $50 range, right? May get there today. They had the upgrade double green. Yeah, this is good one. If you want to trade Kroger, a little Wu-Tang reversal going on there. I would say Kroger to 50 is a pretty safe bet. Be prepared for pullbacks at 50. Okay. Ford. Everybody's interested in Ford. Set it on a preliminary basis. Special items are expected to include a gain of $8.2 billion of Ford's investment in Rivian. We'll classify it's about $9 million first quarter 2021 non-cash gains on Rivian investment as a special item. So Ford had the hardest time with, what was it, 20? The $20 level, right? Ripped through that, got stuck at 24, hit 25, touched 26, pulled back. They're chop. This is considered chop, and I fully expect them to move from between 24.33 and 25.50 for the next little while. They're riding that 34 EMA pretty hard, right? Pretty hard. Based on that news, if they can get above 24.50, I think they see 25 and possibly 25. Rivian, I don't know. I have not traded this stock. This is another Moderna. Oh, look, I love it when stocks follow my plan. Look at this. What did I say I was going to do? Down and up and down. So I'm off a little bit. This goes here. All right. This must be the third wave. So it's going to be longer. And then we get a little pop. All right. I'll retest to maybe the 21. We'll pop lock and drop it. And then further failure. Yeah, Rivian. Buy some 70 puts on that sucker. Right? I'm going to write that down. I might want to trade Rivian today. All right. What did I say? 72.50s. All right. What else do we got here? That's it for basically sector news breakdown. In world news, U.S. November net overall capital flow of $223 billion versus $139 in October. November net foreign holdings in U.S. Treasury bond notes $66.4 billion versus negative $43.5 billion in October. So they're buying foreign bonds. China's U.S. security holdings at $1.8 trillion versus $1.6 trillion in October, and Japan's U.S. Treasury holdings at $1.34 trillion versus $1.32. China will extend preferential taxes for companies in technology, venture capital, medical, and education sectors to the end of 2023. Oh my gosh. All right. So what are all those educational Chinese stocks? Was it like JD? Right. Fun. I think that's what it is. Fun. No, there's a Chinese educational stock. Oh, what was it? So basically China came out and said, yo, if you're in tech and you're in China, so like Nvidia, right? AMD, that they're gonna give you a preferential tax treatment. So maybe that's why Tesla's up. Huh. Anyway, I don't trust Tesla at this level. And then benchmark German debt yields turned positive for the first time since early 2019, with the rate on the 10-year bond climbing for 4 basis points to 0.02%. Key events today: NBA mortgage application data and housing starts month-over-month for December. Building permits. These are all coming in at 8:30 Eastern. Those typically won't move the market that much. Earnings after the close, though, we have a couple. United Airlines has earnings today, right? Alcoa has earnings today. That should be a fun one to watch. But that's about it for the ones that we trade. And then before the open, like we mentioned, Bank of America. Morgan Stanley had earnings. Their earnings came out. Reported 2.8 versus 194, and they lost on revenue. So initial pop, bull flag. I don't know. It's got a ways to go to get back up to its former glory. This could be a giant cup and handle forming here on the 5-minute. Keep an eye on that. But like I said, I'll give this a week or so to shake out. If you want to start trading Morgan Stanley next week, that would probably be okay. All right, and in news, we've got some stuff that will affect the market. Let me read this to you, and then we'll get into the plays. And okay, U.S. futures are edged slightly higher despite Treasury yields also pushing higher as its benchmark 10-year yield tops 1.9 overnight for the first time in nearly 2 years as rising interest rate expectations and inflation rise. Geopolitical headlines helping futures after Reuters reported, citing Russian Deputy Foreign Minister, that they do not believe there will be a military conflict in Europe, helping boost the Russian markets as well. Stocks are looking to recover following a sharp decline on Tuesday that took the S&P below its 100-day moving average support at 45.75 late in the day. Technology was the biggest drag on the markets yesterday, while energy extended its recent outperformance on rising oil prices, and the Nasdaq Composite ended down nearly 9.7% from its November 19th record close and finished below its 200 moving day for the first time since April 21st, 2021. The Nasdaq below the 200. You know how I always push this big giant red line, right? I'm always like, look at the red line. If you have a question, where's it at on the 200, right? The Nasdaq's below the 200 and below its 100. So do we continue to push further south? We may. We might. We can look at a rally to the 21 for a continued move down. We will definitely check out futures in uno momento. And let me just get through this last little bit of news. Shares of Goldman Sachs, or, GS, baby. Kind of the pulse of the market, right? I love it when things come right down to my levels. Okay. 7% on Tuesday, down 7%, leading Dow decliners after investment bank delivered results that missed Wall Street expectations on earnings, with several banks reporting today. U.S. Bank, Bank of America. If banks are down, that's like the pulse, right? Banks should rally off of inflation news, but if they're moving back, it's, just make sure you have some puts to the downside. And in Asian markets, the Nikkei index, come on now, tumbled 790 points. Let's go, right? You got to stop it. Just get it together, start rising again. The Shanghai index dipped 0.33%. Hang Seng index inched higher at about 15 points. And in Germany, the DAX is up 0.25%, while the FTSE 100 also rises 0.25%. Okay, so they're saying that Asian markets dip, but they came out with that news saying that they're going to have preferential tax treatment to tech companies. We might get a little move out of that today. And in European news, the DAX is up and the FTSE is up. So more chop. Ugh, hope not. Yeah. So that's it for the news. Let's get into futures real quick, and then I will take your place. All right. So if you've not been with me before on the morning stream, I will look at futures at a very high level, and then we will try to drill down in on some of them. Okay. Some of my charts are big, giant effing mess. I get that. Now, that's a big old red nasty candle, but look at this hammer that's forming. So everybody that got bought puts yesterday at the end of the day is going to be hating life because we're going to get a pop. Pop, lock, and drop it. Okay, so we did close below the 200. Oh, that's on the NASDAQ. So let's look at this. Any funky patterns forming? I don't really see anything. Pull back to, I'm not sure what this is. Is that a fire line? What do we got going on here? Where's my voodoo lines? Where are my voodoo lines? Yo, voodoo lines, show up, show out. All right, let me clean this up just a smidgen. All right, so we pulled back to the 21 EMA on the weekly. Came down and touched it. The last time we came down and touched it, we ripped. What happened the last time? Last time we came down and touched it, we ripped. The weekly 21 is kind of a key signal, right? Hold on. I got to figure out what's going on with my 200. MA2 is red. Red, drop dead red, Fred. All right, so the 21, we did pull back. I'm not sure what this level is here. I think maybe I just drew that as previous high support. So we're down at support on the weekly 21 EMA, moving it down to the daily. And this is for the ES, right? For the ES, we got a nice little hammer forming. Probably at the 213 fib level. Yeah, the 236. I don't typically trade that, but I think we get a rally up to test the 382. Okay, if we can overtake the 382 and move back towards the 50%, I think that this downtrend would be considered over. However, we have to overtake. Where's my 200? Yo, I'm a little. Where's it at? 200 is way down here. So I don't think we're going to move back to the 200. We need to retake the 50 on the daily. So back up above 4650. The first test is going to be 4613 of the ES. So do we rally up there, break through it, and close above it for a move back up to the 50% towards the end of this week? Or do we reject 4613? That indicates a bigger move to the downside, right? This fib level is ran from previous low to all-time high. If I move it to this one, that might be a little bit more in line, but I'm thinking that this is the one that we should really focus on. That 618 came through on that doji. I had this perfectly lined up the other day. Yeah, let's go off of this level. So we pulled down. I bet you if I snap that 2-3 again, yeah, we're running into the 2-3 extension right now. So the move is rally back to 4630. If we can close above 4630, possibly overtake 4664. I think that's a pretty decent level. So we got to close above 4630 today for a move back up to the 50 and 618. If we rally down and we reject the 382 fib retracement, right? So up to here, we reject that. That's going to indicate a much larger move to the downside, right? Something along these lines here, right? Y'all get what I'm trying to say, okay? If we can close above it, then that looks like it would be a good trend reversal, okay? Below this 50-day is kind of sketchy, right? So this is a key area that we need to overtake to move back up. If not, then we look at a longer term downtrend, okay? Looking at bringing it down to the 5-minute just so y'all can see what's happening overnight. Right? Big old pullback, rallying back up, right? We're trying to make that move back up to the upside. I think we have an update today. We do have stack positive moving averages, 821 or 2150, 200 on the 5. Let's look at the 30. Come on, load. Load up, sucker. Maybe not. Why isn't it loading? There it goes. All right, so on our way back up, we overtook the 50. We overtook the 21. Like I said, this 200 on the 30-minute is our next, right? This is going to be our next little challenge point here. If we can close above that and make the 50% retracement, then we got a fair shot of either continuing to move bullish or chopping or maybe pulling back a little bit. But I definitely feel like we get a quick, we get a little rally today at 46.30. As long as we can hold let me just no, can't do that. So my little supply zone, demand zone, my little trick right here was off just a little bit, but that's what it should look like. So we need to hold 4570, what is that? 4572.50. So we can pull back, we can chop in here, we can do whatever we need to do. We just need to make sure we hold this line, which is in 50 on the 30, and then looking at it on the 4-hour, right? We're trying to get back to former glory of the 21, right? So just so that everybody understands this, a couple things will happen, right? There's something called selling the rip, and what that means is we're going to get a rip to the 21 EMA, which is also the 382 extension. We're going to get a rip up there. If we get above it, then we can look to go long. If we can't overtake this with conviction, right, there's going to be a bunch of sellers up here trying to sell, selling to short the market, right? So if we sell up here, then we get this big old move to the downside, right? And so this is going to be a very key inflection point, 46.30. Okay. Hopefully y'all understand that. I think I did a pretty good job of getting some detail out of it. All right, looking at the NQ on the daily. All right, NQ is a little concerning to me. Is that a line that I drew, or is that a snow line? Okay, so that is the snow line. I'm not completely versed in the voodoo lines. I'll get caught up on those later this weekend. This is very, very bearish. Okay, we broke below the 200 SMA, right? The 21 broke below the 50. The 21's downtrending, right? So we are either going to bounce from here and retest the 200. If we overtake the 200, then we can look at moves to the upside. If I throw some fibs on this beast, I was going to say something else, but I changed my mind mid-sentence. All right. Right back below. All right, I bet you we hit the 2-3 extension. We're trying to get back up above this 382 for a move back up to the 50% test, right? If we reject the 382 here, then we can look at below this snow line coming back down to this tree line here, or this, tree line. Okay, so the NQ is going to be important to watch today. Looking at it on the 4-hour, right, we are really having a fight right here at this 15.28450 level, right? We rallied up to the 21 on the 4-hour, and just like I said a few minutes ago, if we reject this and we can't overtake this level, right, through it, back test it up, we reject this, then we have to look at the downside. We really have to start taking into consideration some of these downside targets, right? We reject here, we take out yesterday's lows at 15,040, what is that, 15,4775. Then we plot the next move down to this mogul line at 14,816, right? Where's my... Hold on. It's there. Where's it at? There we go. No, it's a bunch of lines. Big scary lines. Let me get zoomed in here. All right, so our mean, our daily mean is up here about 16,792. Is the 4-hour flat, or is it just not showing up? You realize the amount of data that's being processed right now? It's incredible. Yeah, we are trading about a half deviation away from the mean, and we're really going to try to overtake, like I said, this 21. So sell the rip to the 21 or confirmation. All right, looking at it on the 30-minute. I mean, getting a pretty decent move pre-market, right? This is bullish. We'd like to see this for an overall move. We were taking the 382, rip to the 50%, and then the 618. So NQ is trying to do its job. If we can get above the 200, which is, I wish that thing had labels, 15,332, we clear that and move on up to the upside, and then we get a bullish run today. If we reject this, then we really will, we're going to have a very red day. Okay. All right, moving on to the rest of the markets. All right. So in other market analysis, the Dow did pull back. It's still looking pretty decent, right? This is a daily. It's the 21's red, the 50's red. We broke below the 200, except for we're trying to retake that. Let me get rid of some of this crap here that we don't need anymore, right? Where's my fibs coming from? So I fib high to low. If I were to fib this high to low here, right? We pulled back, we kissed the 382. I know a lot of people don't use the 382. I like it. I think there's a lot of reversals. I also like to use the 1414, which is my super special secret fib. So don't tell the world about it, or else market makers might start adjusting for it. No, I'm just kidding. We're trying to retake the 50% retracement. So if we can get up, above the 50, this zone is raw, so I'm just going to get rid of it. If we can close above the 50 today, then we should get a rally back up to the 21, right? At 36,000, excuse me. Looking at it on the 4-hour, right? We're really trying to get back up above that 50% retracement, the 21, for a move to the 5,200, right? So up, back, right? Back into Chopville. And then on the 30-minute, as far as the Dow is concerned, right off that 382, that's a great dip buy. So we either reject and pull back, or we clear and rip up. The 200 30-minute 200 is at previous lows, 35,459. Above that, I get bullish. Really have to make a decision at this level. So we may get an early morning rip, midday decision, possible end of day rejection or pullback, or end of day rally. I know it's like, make up your mind. Well, we're in some very key decision making time. Like today's gonna be a very important day. Okay. And then next up on our list is the Russell, and the Russell is going to give us a hint into small caps, right? See if maybe we got to figure out where they're going to rotate out of. If they can't rotate, they can't stay in tech because tech's taking a hit. This broadening pattern here is staying true to form, right? I don't even know where to draw a fib from. Like, we broke down. Anybody got any suggestions on where I should draw a fib since we broke long-term support yesterday? If we stay true to this trend line, right? I think we get another down day in the Russell. down to, oh geez, dude, that's 3 ATRs? Are you serious? There's the 0 line, 1, 2, 3 ATRs away from, or 3 standard deviations away from the mean is pretty significant. On the Russell, I don't know if, sorry, I don't know why I'm making this such a pain in the butt, but let's just look at it to the downside. Depending on where we fib to or from, move to the downside would include a 127 pullback at 2050 before we get our bounce back up here. Let's look at it on the 4-hour. I mean, I think we might get another downside move down to here. My lines might be off, but this tree line is definitely not. So, oh, come on. Where's the rest of my stuff? Yo. Oh, I don't have it added. Oh, that's why. All right. I'll get the Russell stuff added today, but I think we might get another real quick flush to test this trendline support, right? Big old broadening, big old megaphone, right? Big old nasty megaphone. And then finally on the 30-minute, see what we're doing overnight. Yeah, we're fighting to recover, but I'm not super bullish on small caps. Okay. Hopefully that clears some things up for everybody. One kind of rule of thumb that we have going on here on the stream, let me just get this to the 3-minute, actually 5-minute. One kind of rule that we have going on here on the stream is that if the top row, or if the bottom rows, I'm gonna mess this up. It's Woo Wednesday. I'm gonna mess this up. I don't like this big old move in bonds pre-market. It shouldn't be moving with ES. Like, they shouldn't be in sync. These guys move in bursts of each other. Okay, so really need to pay attention to that. But bottom row down, top row up. That's the way we like to trade stocks. No, basically that's a good rule of thumb though. So if gold, crude, bonds, and the yen are all down, then usually we get a rip in our main futures, ES, NQ, YM, and the Russell. When these are down, that usually means that these will be up. If these are, they very rarely do they move in sync, right? See how crude's pulling back, and bonds are rallying. The ES, so this is TLT if you ever wanted to compare SPY to TLT. So if you wanted to ever compare the ES futures to the Z bond futures, the stock equivalents, so those would be the SPY to TLT, right? Just like the NASDAQ is the QQQ. I'm not sure what the Russell is, or the Dow, right? I haven't figured those ones out yet. But this is, if gold is ripping, crypto is usually going to take a dump. Crude's been holding the market up for the last couple days. So maybe it takes a breather and they rotate into something else. Our job is to figure out what they're rotating into. Bonds, crypto, I don't know. We just have to be nimble today. Like I said, lots of key decision areas are going to be happening, and yeah, we may be bullish in the morning. Around noon, we'll make a decision, and then later in the day, we're either going to get a rally into the day, and then maybe chop for tomorrow, the rest of this week. It's fitting that today is Wednesday. Okay, all right. Let's get into this next section. All right, the next part of the stream is the smart money, dark pool, and block trade algorithm software. This is provided by FlowTrade. FlowTrade has built their own flow index algorithm. It's not really an algorithm, but they don't like me using the word algo, but I've been using it for 2 years, so I can keep doing it. I'm sorry. It's just, I'll change it. Just give me a moment to get used to whatever we want to start calling it. The flow index is this white line you can see here. It tracks smart money, dark pool, block trades, large institutional hedge funds purchases, Axe Capital type purchases. Have you ever watched Billions? Let's go, baby. Oh, I can't wait for this weekend. Let's go, Axe. Axe is my hero. I want to grow up and be like Axe. Oh, dude, yes. Another t-shirt idea. Be like Axe. So we have Be Like Axe. We have Woo Wednesday. Right? We have White Lines Are Fun. We've got I'm Going to Miami. What were some of the other ones? What were some of the other ones? Oh, bottom row down, top row up. Maybe. Maybe. I know that there was another one, something about like I do it for the options or something like that. Anyway, I'm dead serious about the t-shirt ideas. Let's get them to me, shall we? Yes, we will. Oh, what's up, brother? Predicted Trades is in the house. He is in the house today. Can I? Give me one sec. I wonder if I can. Nope, I can't do that this way. I was gonna see if I can invite the professor, but I started the stream in the wrong way. I won't be able to do it. Maybe we can work something out for next week. So the next section, like I said, I was going to the smart money dark pool and block trade algorithm software provided by FlowTrade. They created the Flow Index Algo. It tracks large institutions, hedge funds. It tracks transactions. Okay, green is price action. Red, I know it's really hard to see. Those are regular block trades. If you see blue lines across the screen, those are dark pool block trades. And we like to look for divergence. We like to look where price is heading in one direction, the flow index is heading in another, because large institutions, they have to scale into positions in a different way than retail traders do, right? We look for a pullback and we buy in and we gather the rip, right? They're scaling into positions way in advance, so that, and that, oh, good example right here on snow, right? So smart money's been buying into snow since December 23rd, right? They've been scaling into a position as price is coming down, so they're getting good prices as it's coming down, knowing that as soon as it finds support and it's going to reverse, that they can start selling out of those positions as it's coming up. That's so that it doesn't affect the market. If they were to just, if they were to dump $1 billion order on this pullback, well, it'll get a quick little pop, but once the liquidity's gone, it's going to sink. I don't know if you've seen that video where they were trading that crypto stock. I can't remember the name of it, but it had gone to like $2 trillion, and the developers sold like $700 million worth, right? And it sucked the liquidity out of it, and the stock dropped from $1 trillion to zero in less than like 2 minutes. Okay, that's the kind of stuff would happen if large institutions dropped in billion-dollar orders on a pullback. So they have to scale into these positions. That creates a divergence. Now, we like to play in that divergence where the flow index is heading one way, they're still buying into it, right? And price action is pulling back. So divergence, this is the most recent divergence here, right? So we would look for the flow index to start reversing. We would look for price action to start pulling up and meet where that divergence occurs, right? So 310 is the approximate level of divergence in snow, right? Snow, from the weekend watch list has God, that's close. Does this support hold, and does it continue to, do a little bit of a wedge breakout, right? Definitely it's got to trade out of its zone. So it's got to get back up into this zone, overtake previous lows, right? Trade in the zone from low to high, right? So that 290 to 300 trading zone, as long as support holds, right? This algo needs to curl back up because it's kind of pulled back. So it's trading, right? See how price is trading with the algo, right? For yesterday. So depending on where we classify the divergence, some of this divergence may already be played out. So as far as block trades are concerned, there's nothing in the last 5 days on snow. We have a dark pool level that came in on the 18th, so yesterday at the close at 286.68, right? 286.68. If that is a buy order, then we're going to get a rip. If it's a big old sell order, then you'll know because price will just start dropping exponentially quickly. It will take out previous supports, which it's at right now at 285.94. Right, it'll take that level out with conviction, right? Not just a wick, but an actual candle close below it. All right, snow. Right, I think it's gonna. Well, there you go. It's wedge breakout. Like I said, snow 297, 300 level. I like. Rally to the 21. So if snow can get above 295, excuse me, 297, 300, 307. Those are your upside moves. A little bit of a slingshot squeeze getting ready to happen. I don't like how it's double red, right? Choppy. Looks like it got a nice little pop right up to the 15 top. So above 292.75 for me to look to go long on snow. Up to, like I said, 300 psychological level. Above 300 we see 310 pretty quickly. Okay. All right, that's snow in a nutshell. Let's get into the plays. You want to look at Roblox. I fired Roblox yesterday from my trading list because it's just, I mean, it's doing what the algo says it's doing, right? It's just going to continue to sell off. There's a bunch of dark pulls coming in yesterday. 77, 77, 75, 78, 33, 79, right? So if this is a true bottom, and then we can stair step our way back up towards this regular block magnet at 80.38, then I think we would have a reversal here and we could start targeting some of these previous highs on Roblox, right? At 82, and I think it'll move quickly. This level, when you pull it up on a chart, is its IPO open, right? So let me see if I can get this over here. So this is the IPO, right? It opened IPO high at 74.90, 74. Why don't I have a level there? 74.80. IPO low at 60, right? Currently trading at 77, right? So, oh my God, it pisses me off when it does this. So I fire something and then it decides it wants to come to work and show up, right? Anyway, I was playing this doji yesterday in an attempt for it to rip, but nope, it fell back almost to my little orange line level that I'd picked for it. So let's break this down to the 4 hour. Right, the 4 hour, we took out the IPO high. It's definitely more than likely going to rip your face off today, oh, sucker. I'm going to look for a move to 81, 83.50, 85. All right, it's going to trade in this zone right here. If it rejects this level, right, if it can't close above 79 with a little conviction, then I'm going to look at pulling the downside, 76, 75. I don't have any specific levels for you on this today, sorry, but I can give you some estimations, right? I drew these on Sunday. So like I said, pre-market high, if it takes out pre-market high, right, that's $79 level. This is what that move looks like. I'll show you. Right, up, and then we pull back, right, and then we make a nice big old move up. Contrarian, if we reject this level, we've got the cloud, 10-minute cloud support here. And, if we break that 78 level is key, below 78, we come back down and test 77, below 77. Final 76.55 before it takes a big old falling off a cliff, okay? 15-minute Keltner channel breach, 10x bars on the 60 minutes firing red. Squeeze is, we've got a 15 and a 60-minute squeeze and no RSMs, okay. That's Roblox. The algorithm is pointed down. So does the algo start reversing here? Very, very easily. Or very, very likely. Okay. Starbucks is next up on our list. So we do have bullish divergence on Starbucks. So it's just, let's see, all of this is played out. Right. So and that's played out there. So I don't know what this giant, we're not supposed to get these giant big old candles. Those are major influxes. And I think we have divergence. Right? None of this divergence is played out yet. So we have short-term divergence at 100, regular block trade at 99. So if we can bounce off of this dark pool level at a 97.75 as support, we're going to target 99 and then 100. Right? Nice little $3 move. The algo is pointed straight up. It should pull price action up with it. We have additional divergence that's occurred, I would say, close to 103 that hasn't traded out yet, because that is, right, we're downtrending there. The algo is obviously still making, right, the algo is still obviously making moves to the upside. And this little flash right here is probably these dark pulls coming in. There may be something off with the programming on this, but I like Roblox, or excuse me, I like Starbucks. If it can confirm support, right, if it doesn't break 97.50, I think we get a move to 99 and then 100 with that psychological level. Looking at Starbucks on the chart. All right, Super Chop Fest. Okay, Super Chopalishkisk. I don't like this double red. It's got a fight ahead of it. It really does. Looking for a rally to 101.65, which would be a rally to the 21. However, it's respected this 13 EMA very well, so let's just target 99.82, right? This is what that move would look like. So we confirm move here, 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 right? Something like that. Contrarian, if the algo does curl back, then right, we have to look at a a downside move. But I think we bounce off of this dark pull, right? All right, well, that's next up on the list. UPS. UPS was from the weekend watch list, y'all. Did you trade it? Did you watch the video? I hope so. I mean, look at this. It's pretty strong, right? It's pretty strong divergence. I think we have divergence up into about this level, right? 213, 214. So, gap down, right? They bought the dip. Got a regular block at 205. Another block coming in at 206.50. Maybe a little bit of a pullback. We filled the gap. I'm going to watch and see what happens with the algo here. If it bounces off of this trend line, I think that it can continue to pull price action up with it. We're getting into a trading zone that's pretty much dead nuts on with where these block levels are. Right, I would trade the dark or the regular block from 205.60 to dark pool level at 206.96. If we can close above that, then I think we get some pretty chunky moves back up to the upside. If this is a big old sell order, right? It came in on the 18th at the close. Let's see. Let's see if I can find it for you. $70 million, 205.59. Hold on. Let me look at something here real quick. One second. What did I say? 209 what? 205.59. 205.59. 205.59. You see this cool little idea where they overprinted the levels on the tickers or on the candles? That was my idea. I'm like, hey, you know what? You should. Yeah, I'm not going to get into that. I don't do a really good job of showing. I can't remember what I used to. The quant data. Hold on. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to figure out if this was above the ask, right? If this is a buy order, because if it's a buy order, then I think we get to move back up to 209 and then a further move up to the upside. But it looks like it could possibly be a sell order, since that's what that looks like. I'll tell you now. So, I can't remember what it is. 205.59B. I think that's below the bid. Above the ask. I'll have to. I can't remember what this means. I think BB is buy. No. I'll figure it out so that we can get into it next time, right? I think that I know A is above the ask. And of course, no place really wants to make you go through and like just be like, there's no tooltips, right? Why not put a tooltip on there? A means above the ask. All right, so I'll get into that so that, you know, we can start looking at these levels a little bit more specifically in the morning, because I think that they are going to start really affecting some of the moves coming up, right? We're trying to find our edge, okay? All right, first of all, morning Terry, Johnny, Chris, Serenity, now, my man, or Serenity now, welcome. Laz, what's up, brother? Watchlist, Ludwig, and Predicted Trades is in the house. What's up, Killa? Yeah, I'll check out Lucid here in a minute. All right, Nvidia. So the Algo is trading with price action. We have a white line level at 258.90. White line means that there's a regular and a dark pool that are printed on top of each other. Those are major inflection points. So if that's a bunch of buy orders, then we're going to get a big old rip up to this 260, 265, and we have a dark pool that came in at 270. That came in yesterday morning at 8:48. Right, 18th at 8:48. So that came in. All right, so this level here. So there may be a big old block sitting up here that needs to be filled, right? Because we gapped down, right? And we couldn't get up to fill this block, and we kind of sold off throughout the day. So the algo is trading with price action. I can't give you the divergence or not. Let's look at it in 1 minute. 1 minute, it's the same deal, right? Trading with price action. Nice bounces off of here though. So attempted to move up to this block that came in yesterday here. So they ate up this regular block. Stair stepping the way up off dark pools. Support, support, support. The algo's curled down. And if Nvidia takes out some of its previous lows at 256.50, then we have to look for the downside move. But I think we're going to get some magnets. I think we're going to get a magnet move. 259.03. We clear that. We hit 260, 262, magnet at 270. Okay, that was Nvidia. Facebook. All right, a little bit bearish divergence on Facebook. We have a little separation. All these micro divergences have played out. We have a dark pool level at 318.15. If we break, right, if that's support, we get a rally up to 322.45. We have magnets up here at 330 and 331. I don't think we're going to get to that level. The algo is still pointed down. It's not even a little bit bullish. So Facebook to the downside, I would be looking at, taking out previous lows, 315, and then whatever the next $310, right? That's if we take out this on the bottom of the zone. So Facebook, pretty much like that. If we bounce here, then we can get pulled back up to these regular block trade levels on our way back up. If we fail here, then we've got trendline support at a way further level. The algo is pointed pretty much straight down, right? So I'm not very bullish on Facebook. But if you caught the beginning of the stream, you saw that on our futures, we're getting a quick rally, right? Up to some key decision-making levels, with crude being down, gold up, TLT just kind of being super choppy. We'll check into this one more time. So remember on the NASDAQ, I said we got to get above the 382. Well, we did. We cleared it. We back tested it. We held it for support. This is a 3-minute chart. The 5 minutes, the same deal. The 10-minute, right, same kind of deal. The 15, right, we're right back to these key levels. The same thing with the ES, right? We rallied up. We broke above the 382. Now we're going to back test it to confirm for support for a larger move to the upside. So I'm pretty bullish on ES and the NQ today. PSX, which is, I think, PlayStation, correct? Algo is trading with price action. All divergences have played out, right? Cup and handle forming. No real block trades in the last 5 days. Well, there's a dark pool level down here at 86.76 that came in on the 13th. Right, we bounced right off that level. We filled that order, gapped up, pulled back, and rallied. PSX uptrending. Cup and handle, right? You definitely have a trading zone there. So I would keep an eye on it. Maybe wait for a little bit of crossover divergence and see what happens. The SPY. All right, I love this. Oh, this is gorgeous. All right, so these two little icons here mean something. I just don't know what they are yet. I'll have to talk to somebody and see what they have to say. The SPY. Block trades last 4 days, right? This one at 464. Ooh, gorgeous. There was one at 470 also. This one up here has not been filled yet. 470, right? I thought we were going to make that move up, but we didn't. So we did gap down yesterday. right? Gap down pre-market. We have bullish divergence, so we have bullish divergence. The algo's starting to break through previous block levels, so if it continues to buy, it will pull price action up with it. We have 456.50 is white line resistance. It looks like we're above that right now. 457, or excuse me, 458, next white line resistance. If we can clear that, then we're going to start taking out 460 or 459.84, 461.10. Those are the upside targets, right? The divergence has occurred here, so that would obviously be our first target, 460 level. And then if the algo can continue to move up, we have additional divergence that's occurred right around this level, right? So I'm bullish on the SPY as long as might get a little quick little head and shoulders or inverse head and shoulders. So I like the SPY. The SPY. Pre-market wick killer took out all the stops, right? It's like, hey, I'm going to take your lunch money because I'm going to rip today. So the move would be above 459.50, back test, move to the mid 464, right? Above 464, we have the 200 coming in at 467, and then a move up to 470, right? This is what that move would look like. Ready aim fires, getting ready to fire off. I don't like this double red, right? We may need one more candle for confirmation of a reversal. So if this next histogram bar prints yellow, so whenever the next 4-hour print fires off, right? If it prints yellow, ready aim fire is going to fire off. Double red is a little concerning. If it was yellow, I'd be like, bye, bye, bye. We just need to see what this move is going to look like. I would prefer a move like this, right? I would love that move. However, we can just as easily fall off a cliff, right? Like this, right? So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens at this 4-hour top, which is the 30-minute top, which is yesterday's high, right? So let's just call it 459, right? Above 459 longs. If we reject and can't break that, then I would say short below 457. Okay, that was SPY. What else do we got here? Oxy. Occidental Petroleum. All right, so up and down and up and down, up and down. Gap up, pull back to regular blocks. A bunch of buy orders here. All right, so the algo is selling, right? We have that divergence. Our divergence at 35. I would wait to see if the algo has a key level here. If it can bounce, it might pull price action back up with it. So we gapped up, we gap filled, right? We backfilled the gap up above regular blocks at 36, right? If this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move, or if this is a, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move to the downside. With the algo pointed down, I think it's going to pull price down a little bit. There's a dark pull level at 35.53. That came in on the 14th at 16.52. So this block printed. This block printed here. All right, we gapped up over it. Came back, filled this one. So let's look at right? Trend line, if it breaks, like I said, if it breaks down here below 35.50, I think we hit 35 and then 34. If we bounce off of 35.50, 36.05 and then 37 on Oxy. All right, what's up next? What do I think of ATVI? I think we briefed on some news and then they got bought up by Microsoft. I think that this is a major short. There's like some massive shorts up here, right? The algo is just net selling. If it breaks previous lows, it's a glorious move back down to 66, right? I mean, where does the divergence occur? It occurs right here. Do you think the people that are in this position are starting to get out? Because somebody always knows, right? So going into yesterday, right, this is last week, look at this divergence. Big old massive divergence. Like they bought up to this $82 level, right? And well, what happened? Well, this divergence played out. And now we're looking at downside divergence. I bet you there's some people that are just licking their chops waiting for this to fail. Right? Massive consolidation. Just look for your support levels, right? If it takes out the lows, right? Below 79.45, right? Out of the weekly cloud. It's got the 200 up here at 81, right? If it breaks the 200, right? Or does it rip? I think it just chops, to be honest with you. I think it was such a violent move that it needs to consolidate for a little bit and really determine direction. Okay. All right. Next, AMD. Alrighty, AMD. Well, hopefully you can see the trading zone, regular and dark pool levels to dark pool levels, right? Support, dark pool level support. It broke that. It's coming back down to regular block trade levels. Fought its way up, back up. Couldn't get through it. Baseline support. Couldn't get through it. Baseline support. Support failed. Back down to longer term baseline support. All right, during this time, the algorithm is trading with price action, trading with price action, trading with price action, and trading with price action. If we break this white line 130-175 area, right, this little 25% zone right here, I think we get a pretty nasty pullback. However, we've tested this support a bunch of times. I think we get that move back up to 134, 134.50. Above that, 137. Right? Based on the cycle, based on the flow, every time we've hit this level, we've made a move back up to at least the mid, top, mid, top, mid, bottom, mid, top. Waiting for this algo to curl around. So from its low, the algo has made right. We were thinking it was making higher highs and higher lows. So all this divergence here is played out. So this is fresh divergence, right? If the algo can maintain its support and bounce off this level, then I think we get a rip. If it fails to break and it comes down, then we have to target the downside move to 125. So 130, 125 downside. Upside 134, 137. Okay. Lucid. All right, Lucid Motors. So they've been net selling for quite a while, right? This divergence has played out. So this is fresh, new, trading with price action. So trading with price, divergence occurred here, right? This divergence played out. All right, so we've got some dark pull levels at 39.25. We've got, I mean, I don't know if they have to come down and fill this gap, 38, right? The algo is net selling since the 12th. Right? They're like, we're selling out of from highs, we're selling out, right? All these dark are these block are these regular and dark pulls printed, so they've pulled price action down to it. Head and shoulders, right? Shorting below the neckline, that could be done. We are coming up to previous trading zone that runs 38 to 39. I mean, it's a $1 zone, but it is there. Let's see, resistance, broke through it, support, failed support, right? I mean, this is kind of the key level right here. 38.50 is really the key level. So do we get a flush to 38.50 and then a reversal? Possibly. Let me just do this. All these dark pull levels printed yesterday. So sell order, let's see, buy orders, couldn't maintain it. They're selling. So there may, I'm just gonna have to keep an eye on it. 38.50 would be support. Below that, then we start getting pretty significant pullback. We could easily also bounce off of this 39.25 level for a move back to 40. Above 40 is, you know, magic level for Lucid. What? Oh, crap. All right, so pre-market rallied up, pulled back, 39.50. Like I said, if that level holds, then I think we get that move back up to, you know, the 21.34 combination at 41, and then move up to 4-hour mid, 42.25, and then the 50. If we reject, all right, if we can't get back up above, you know, 40.50, then I think we come down and test for our bottom, and then we get that larger move to the downside. Radiant fires curled over, kind of choppy signal. Double green on the smaller time frames. Maybe one more candle for a reversal signal. Maybe a quick little pop pullback, and then rip today. I'll be looking at Lucid a little later. Okay. All right, that's it. I'm out. Thanks for joining me on Dark Pool Algo. Today is Woo Wednesday, so Reversal Wednesday. Let's check in on futures one more time before I leave, and everybody have a great one. All right, looking at the NQ, or the ES, like I said, we do have those stack positive moving averages now. We've got a trading zone that we're going to be trading within. I think my levels are off on this. I don't know how I messed up this zone so bad, but it's basically the 382 to the 50% retracement. So that move up to test 46.20, right? And then if we can get above it, back test it and confirm it, then we get that move to the 618. If we get up here and reject, we come back down to 45.84. Below that, then we start to take a big old dump. But 2150, 200 are all lined up, stacked positive. Got some movements to the upside. We're getting ready to trade into a little zone beginning at the open. Support is 45.84.50. So below that, we come back down, right? Moving on to the NQ. Same deal, right? We broke up above the 382, positive stack moving averages, NQs. I gotta rip today. My Tesla shorts are screwed. So big tech day, possibly. This is the, where's the 50% retracement on this? The 50% retracement on this is way up here. There's a snow line at 15,418. That's first upside target. Expect some little resistance at these pockets at 15,330 and 15,365. Okay, but on the NQ we broke the 382, back tested it, held support, stack positive moving averages. I think the NQ is going to have a nice move today as long as we can maintain that support level. The Dow is okay, so the Dow broke above the 382 and it's currently testing previous highs. If it can get above this, what is that, 35,400 level, 35,503 and 35,723 incoming. So the Dow looks pretty decent, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like I said, there's got some resistance. It's got a little resistance zone here that might have a little bit of trouble with, right? Probably not too much, right? But that is the upside target. And then finally the old Russell. Ye old Russell. Big old cup and handle forming. Nice rounding bottom. I don't have fibs out on this, which I'm totally slacking on. We got the skyline. I think it's a skyline. I think I actually think we might get a longer move pullback on the Russell. Just because, remember we had that big old, this guy, right? Oh, don't do that. All right, so do we reject this level here and continue to pull back? I'll just keep an eye on it. This is small caps. I think the rotation is going to be into large caps for today, or possibly the Dow. NQ definitely looks sector leader for sure. Okay. All right, I'm out of here. Everybody have a great day. I'm Dr. Algo. Thanks for joining me. I'm here every morning, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, and I hope you enjoyed the stream. Stay safe, stay green, and where's my? What is up with this thing, dude? Hold on. Oh, ha! It helps if I click the right buttons. Alrighty. I don't know what happened there. This is supposed to be. Okay, those are the levels. Expect a pullback. Okay, in the next 30 minutes. All right, I'm out. Stay safe, stay green.